Welcome back to the Scarlet Faithful podcast. I'm Aaron Brightman. It's my pleasure to welcome in Allison Lynch of Rutgers Women's Soccer to talk about the postseason. Rutgers Women's Soccer earning a program's 12th consecutive NCAA Tournament bid this past week and will play at Columbia on Sunday. Allison, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you're one of three players to play in over 100 games for Rutgers Women's Soccer. Just wanted to ask you about this last season and just your time at Rutgers, and if you have any chance to reflect on your career and kind of what it means now going into your last NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find the words to kind of iterate what it's like knowing this is my last year at Rutgers. I love it. I've always said it's like a second home and the people are family. Going into this season, knowing it was the last time around, I definitely have been more emotional and I guess passionate about everything, knowing it's the last one. But I just want to kind of leave everything I had in all areas of it, whether it was on the field, off the field, in a leadership position, even talking to compliance. I just wanted to give it everything, every little thing I had. So that's what I've been doing, and I'm ready to go for the last NCAA tournament and go on a run.
And you've obviously had some great leaders before you on this program that you've seen their careers end. Gabby Provenzano and obviously Amira Ali and Megan McClelland. And now it's your turn in terms of being the veteran and leading this team. What has that experience been like in terms of just your maturation throughout your career?
I mean, I don't think I could have had better role models to look up to. Coming in as a freshman, I was playing next to Amanda Visco, and she immediately took me under her wing. And then next year's Gabby, Amira, and Meg, and they just were such great leaders and the way they played and how they were as people off the field too. And I just kind of was always watching, always taking notes of like things that worked, things that didn't work. And I just think I was able to learn so much from them. And I kind of added my own little flair, own little personality to leadership. But I don't think there's better people to have come before me. So it's been an honor to play with them and just to see their leadership. So it's been awesome.
And obviously, you've had a lot of success. The program's had a ton of success in your career, going to the Final Four 2 years ago, the Big Ten title, all that. But you've obviously as a program, you've gone through a lot, the ups and downs. Last year, the great start, and then a little bit of a disappointing finish, a lot of injuries, all that. And this year's kind of been reverse. Yeah. You're playing your best soccer right now in terms of the results. 4-1-1 in your last six. What's been, I guess, the perseverance of this team and the resiliency of this team to keep fighting even after there were some setbacks earlier in the year?
Yeah, so the way last year ended just left us with a chip on our shoulder. So we worked our butts off in the off season, changed a lot of things, went in with a new mentality. And when the season started this year, it wasn't going the way we wanted. And I think it was so easy to be in that position and just give up. This is Rutgers down year. We're going to not make the tournament, this and that. It was probably the easiest thing we could have done, but we just rolled up our sleeves and kept working. We stayed patient. We tried new things. We kept old things, and we just kept working. And like you said, it's the resiliency. We players just kind of stuck together, and we had a million conversations and just left everything out on the table, what needed to change, what we wanted out of everyone. And we just kept working in it like tirelessly every day. So I think finally the results just start to click. Something clicked, and all that hard work was kind of being shown on the field. So we feel like we got some heat with us right now, and we want to go on a run with it. We're playing our best soccer right now, I think, and we just want to keep it going for as long as we can.
And I could be wrong, but I feel like this is probably the first time that your core group had kind of gone through that adversity in terms of ever being a question of going to the NCAA tournament by mid-season. I guess how much did that process help you just in terms of kind of breaking through and, getting to a higher level of play where you are at right now?
Yeah, it was definitely something new. Like you said, we were at the Final Four year, and then my freshman year, we were the 4 seed, and we even had a home game last year. So it was definitely a new position for us. And like I said before, we could have kind of turned our head the other way and said, oh, down year. But we were like, we don't like being in this position. So what can we do to change it? And that's when we just kind of rolled up our sleeves, and we just kept talking about it and kept finding new things. And we just clicked. And I think knowing mid-season that we weren't going to be a lock for the NCAA tournament kind of was a shock to us, that we were like, all right, it's do or die now. So we just left everything we had. And I think like when you watch our reaction video to getting our name called, we all cheered because it's such an exciting moment, but it was compared to other teams jumping up and down, playing like it's such a standard that Rutgers created, making the tournament, making playoffs that like it was expected. So yeah, we cheered. This is happy. It was hard work to earn it, but this is the standard. So anything less than that would have been a disappointment. So it's like I can't preach enough like how this culture at Rutgers has made this standard that just like makes you a better player and person and builds this team that just is strong.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think, obviously Rutgers women's soccer has been the most consistent athletic program at Rutgers for over a decade.
Mhm.
Being your last year, of course, you're going to be extra motivated going to the NCAA tournament. But do you think the way in which your team got there is going to help your mentality? Because in a way, you've kind of been playing do or die soccer for a month now.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think it is like you said, it wasn't a position we were used to, and I think in the moment, all right, it might have seemed like things were on fire, but it is gonna help us moving forward because now we've seen it all. We've been the underdog, we've had the target on our back, but just we know that any team that got our name called next to theirs was unlucky. So it's like it's been do or die all season, so we know what it's like to have to leave it all on the line, and we're ready to do it no matter what team it is that we're going up against.
And Olivia Bodmer has been fantastic in goal for you her
Mhm.
first season. Obviously, Megan McClellan for 4 years before that. But how important has Olivia's um, ability to kind of step in that starter's role and not really miss a beat and be have such a great season that she's had to be able to help this team move forward?
Yeah, I could talk about Liv all day. She is a great athlete. She's a great person. And before this season, I would go home. I would tell my parents, I'm like, Liv is going to be good. Like, she is just some saves she makes. Like, I catch myself just going, like, oh my God, like, how'd she do that? And just to be a sophomore and come in with standing behind a back line that's returning and still have the maturity to talk to us. It's like the difference maker to have someone guiding you behind your back, telling you what to see, when to go. It's a game changer. And for her to step in that spot as a sophomore and just talk to us like she's been playing with us for years is amazing. And it makes a difference. And I definitely feel more comfortable knowing that I got Liv behind me that just in case the shot does get off, I know she's getting it. So yeah, she's awesome and she's gonna have an insane career. I'm really excited to see where she goes.
And in addition to working her in the fold, you had Emily Mason return, obviously from injury last year. How much did that maybe help the defense, just in terms of learning, or adjusting when she wasn't there, and then now her being back and healthy, what she's added with the whole back line?
Yeah, it's tough losing a player like Mace. She's awesome on attacking side and defensive side. She just has this like creativity. You can see things that I'm like, where did she see that? And she's just so great on the ball and off the ball. But losing her was tough. But we had so many players step up. And Cass Banks, the center back that's been playing next to her, she stepped up big time. Has been playing awesome all year. And I started playing with Mason when she was a freshman and I was a junior, and kind of right away we started to click and have this relationship. So when she was back playing with me again, it kind of was just like a sense of comfort. Like we knew each other's tendencies. We have this great relationship on and off the field. We're always talking to each other. So getting Mace back just kind of gave us a nice little spark, a nice little breath of fresh air again. Again, another amazing player that I'm excited to see how her career goes and all the places it will take her.
And a couple more for you, just in terms of, I guess, what you'll remember most about playing for this program and the legacy that you and your classmates are leaving.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many countless memories we'll cherish for the longest time. But I think it's funny because immediately everyone always thinks of the Final Four when you think about big memories. And that was probably one of the best seasons of my life. I enjoyed every second. But when I kind of think about like what I'll remember most and cherish most is the moments that things weren't really going our way because it just created this bond with everyone and just kind of showed our love for each other because we stuck by each other's side. Like it could have gone so many different ways. My season could have been done. I could have been done with college soccer a week ago, but just the fight in everyone like that's what I'm gonna look back and remember. It's just the fight in this team that didn't give up and it just created these bonds that I'm hopefully gonna have for a really long time.
I love that answer, and it's very apparent that the program itself has, very strong chemistry and connections, even when players leave and come back, and how you support each other throughout the years. So
Yeah.
that's a really awesome thing to be a part of. And then lastly for you, just for Rutgers women's soccer to make a run in this NCAA tournament, what do you need to do?
I think there's so many little things that could go each way. We're going on the road, but I think we just need everyone's heart on the table, just 110% for hopefully just 90 minutes, but 110 if we need it. And I think we know how talented of a soccer team we are, so we just got to show up when it's important. And I fully believe we will.
Allison Lynch played 100 matches in her career, played every second of those matches, quite a longevity, and you've had a great career, and hope it continues well into the month of November.
Me
And
too.
congratulations with your career, and best of luck in NCAA tournament.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me today.
Thank you.